What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode here on our ArcGenesis server. Now, I'm trying to catch you up between last episode and this episode. I can't even remember what it was in last episode. I think it was was it the Magmasaur? I don't know. No, it was a Thorny Dragon last episode, wasn't it? I think the Magmasaur was before that. But in between last episode and this episode, I went out and tamed a 180 female Perizino. Matt already had a 180 male. Now, he only wanted a female for the kibble farm that he's been working on pretty hard for like the last week or so. So I thought I'd help him out a little bit and go out and search for some of the dinos that he needs for the different types of kibbles. So I've been helping out here and there as well, as much as I can. For some reason my screen just decided to blink. So yeah, I went out and managed to find a 180. So he came over and we sort of tamed it up, kibble tamed it, using the kibble eggs that we got from the Rexes, I do believe. It's the exceptional kibble. I need to actually go and grab some of that now. Have I grabbed it? No. Have I got it? Yes, I do. Excellent. For what we want to be doing today. Now, I keep on running out of room of my fridge, so I've got like nearly 1,000 different bloody crops on me. But also, I finished off our teleporting platform, so this one, I always make sure there's no dinos on here, so when people want to teleport out, they just come over here. And it's pretty big. It's big enough to fit most dinos for like between this gap. The rather fatter ones you probably can't, but not much of an issue. It's just making sure that you've got somewhere to go to teleport out rather than dragging all the dinos from our base place on. And then I started work on this brand new platform. I've not finished the foundations or anything. That's because I spent way too much time doing this down here. So what we've got is that I ended up having to build foundations at the bottom, bring 4 pillars up either corner in order to build a box underneath, and it took so long to line this up. I mean, ridiculously long, because you can't build down from the platforms. You can go like down one wall, I think. So I had to build up, and we created a sort of water pen here that we can sort of breed water-based dinos. And then I'm in the process of building an actual pen down there to house our water tames. That's if we can't be asked to throw them into Pokeballs, like if they need to heal or anything. So yeah, that's where we are on this platform. But what we need to do today is that I've actually gone out already and tamed a few of the Basilosauruses. We've got one in our pocket now. And we've got some pretty decent stats on them. I've not started breeding them yet. I know the Steak has. So this one had the highest melee, I think. And then Steak's one's got highest stamina and health. But I actually really want to go out and tame up some more of these Basilosauruses. Because I think to get a decent set of stats on... You know what, that's not half bad, 156. I'm going to have to deal with this Megalodon first. So yeah, we need to get some very decent stats in order to start breeding them and get some imprinted ones in order to take on the Gamma Moda. Because we've manually unlocked the Tech Replicator engram, so that way we could access the actual Tech Replicator in order to make the Pokeballs and the Cryo Fridges. And that is not for jumping ahead sake, it's more a case of server lag help. Like, if people haven't got access to the Pokeballs, they're going to leave all their new tames out and all the dinos that they're breeding out. And it's just unnecessary strain on the server when you can just ball them up and keep them in a cryo fridge if you're not currently using them. So, yeah, so we've got access to the Tech Replicator, and I'd really like to get access to the Tech Gen and the Tech Trough, which you unlock when you do the Gamma version of the... the Moda boss. So yeah, I'm going to go on a hunt. Hopefully there's nothing else too bad around here. I am going to have to deal with the stingrays around this one though. I really do not like the stingrays. If we get close enough, do you reckon he'll just aggro onto us? No, he probably won't. Buddy. Hey buddy. Alright, if we just shoot him, get his attention. There we go. Happy days. And then we can start taming, but I'm going to have to put the kibble on my last slot because it's a passive tame. Yeah, don't try to knock any of these guys out. Not to mention it's going to take very long if you ever did try. There we go. So it's going to take around about 9 feeds, I think, at 14% per feed. So yeah, I'm going to carry on doing this, and when this guy tames out, I'll bring you back. Alright then guys, it's on like 98% now, so one more feed and he should be just about done. Fingers crossed for decent stats. Slate did actually drop off one. I think it's a female. What is this one? Is that female? I think that means female, yeah? Yeah. So I think we need a male anyway in order to start transferring stats, because he's dropped us off a female with all the best stats from the ones that we have got already. So fingers crossed for a male. What is this one? Oh, female as well. Well, we've got enough kibble to still go out and tame about another 4 of them. So I'm going to wait until I've tamed up all of them and seen what the best stats out of all of them are. And then start the process of breeding all the stats onto a breeding pair. And then finally breed ourselves some. Now, can you please hurry up and just want your last bite before these 5 electric eels that are stalking me come over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over there. At least he's heading this way. Last thing I want to deal with the electric eels. The one good thing about using these guys in order to take on Moeda is that these guys don't get affected by the electrical attack. Thank you. Okay, he's going to go kick off with that shark now, isn't he? Oh, of course he is. Come on in, buddy. You can help me deal with this guy. Come on. Get him. Hey, he's on neutral. He's doing less than half the damage of me, so... But then again, this one has had quite a lot of levels put into it. We did go around doing some of the hunt and kill missions in the ocean when we first got the Basil with Steak. So we've done quite a few of the missions. We've done over 53 in order to do the gamma version of the boss, should we wish to. But I'm still not 100% sure on doing that until I know exactly what's involved. So the last thing I want to do is go in there, try to take dinos that I'm not allowed to take. Think it's going to be a breeze because I've got dinos that are fully leveled, and it'll just go completely sort of ski whiff because I've not learned enough about it. Because at the moment I have absolutely zero idea about the final boss. I do know that it's got a lot more action, as in player based action, rather than it just being a case of you going in there whistling attack for your mounts to go and do the attacking, while you just sit back and hope that you've got decent enough stats for them to hold out the duration of the fight. So I'm quite happy about that. I know that they took a little bit more effort with the, aberration boss, regarding the player needing to do more rather than just another whistle attack one. They sort of dropped the ball on the extinction one though, unfortunately. Let's see what your stats are. I know that's a lot worse melee than the ones we have. I think the stamina's roughly the same. Alright, let's ball this guy up and let's ball this girl up, shall we say. And we should have the other one upstairs. So let's pick you up first. Thank you. And then let me take off our reusable scuba tank, which makes us invisible. Yeah, so apparently there's a glitch with the graphics of the reusable scuba tank, which makes your torso invisible when you put it on. So yeah, all that I gotta say, if you are using a reusable mod, don't try to dye the scuba tank. It's clearly got a graphical glitch on it, and Steak had the fatal error of trying to dye it, thinking that might make it appear normal, but it ended up crashing his game, so avoid doing that if you can. Where is my cryo fridge? Okay, Basilosaurus. Okay, this is apparently the one with the better stats on, but I need to make sure that it's not being imprinted or anything to ensure that we know what the... Am I just getting stuck here? Can I please get over? Thank you. Okay, I don't know what he's doing. So we can throw this guy out. No, that's one we just tamed, I do believe. Is it? 350 melee. Yeah, I don't know if this is the one that's been bred or not. 326. Yeah, this one's definitely been... Oh no, this one's 168 level 242. So this was a 168 that obviously tamed up. So let's throw this guy out. And let's just see if the stats that we got are any better then this one's 6/8. So we've got better health, better stamina, better weight, and much worse melee. So all the stats on this one's actually better than this bar in the melee, which is okay. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a healthy mix of all the different stats. So I'm going to go out and tame probably, hopefully, another 3 or 4 of them, depending how far this kibble gets me, and depending on what levels I find. I think I'll take anything 1, 5, 6 and up. Like, that was probably the lowest level I go for. Because any lower than that, you're probably dropping into a whole different tier of stats. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with this, and once I've got a fair few different to understand what the sort of high-end stats are, then I'll bring you back. Alright guys, it's now actually about a week or so since I last done that little bit of recording, and a lot has gone on, a lot has changed. I was actually feeling pretty rough, and I don't think it was the coronavirus that's going around, but probably just a normal bug that I caught. Although I don't get out much, so I'm not too sure where I would have caught a bug. I'm fairly sure one of my brothers probably brought it over to share with me. It's very kind of him. Steak's left his RG, yeah. Steak got an RG. We did enable flies because Steak actually wanted to be able to fly around. I myself find the Bloodstalkers a lot quicker to get around on, so I'm just sticking with them anyway. But we've got our little breeding pen over here, and we've now got a bunch of them breeding. Now I'm actually breeding for mutations. So we've already got one that I've bred up and imprinted before I've started doing the mutation breeding, but they take around about 16 hours to fully grow, so the breeding process is very, very slow, even with our up ratings, or our up settings, shall we say. We've got a bunch of different tames in here. I'm not too sure where we've last left off. So I know that I've got a dunk. I managed to tame a 174 dunk. Pretty good tame actually, just because I want to use them for resource gathering, but I need to get another one to start the breeding with them. We've also got some shoulder bodies, so we've got some bulb dogs and featherlights over from in the lunar biome. They're very low level ones, so I'm just going to wait until we get higher level ones before I start carrying them around. And we want our Basilosauruses, and we've got a bunch in here from where I've been doing the breeding. We've got some pretty decent colours on some of them, but I've not actually bred the colours into the line that I want to keep. So we've got one here which is orange stripes along the top, and we've got purple top on one of them. We've also got the black top, which actually looks really good. I think the black top with the orange stripes at the top would also look pretty good, but I'm not too sure what colour to have the underbelly on it, if we're going to go with that, because at the moment our mutation has like a lime green underbelly. We want 40 Towers is our Basil, and if you know that reference, good on you. 40 Towers, the series, and there's a character in it called Basil. I'm fairly sure I've spelt 40 wrong though. I'm fairly sure it's spelt with a W in the program. Let's throw this guy out. Can we just get you over there? Okay, so he has got a saddle on. Sweet. I'm fairly sure it's spelt with a W. Let's just quickly fix that, shall we? And we want to go 40 Towers. There we go, that's much better. Okay, so this one has a bunch of levels, because I've kept him in a cryopod for the last week. He's going to have a bunch of levels come on him in a second. Let me just throw on some gear so we don't freeze. Really, guy? Now, if you're wondering how comes I'm going so overboard with the Basils and the breeding of them, is because they're immune to jellyfish and the eels. So using them for the Moeda fight is extremely good. Yeah, so we've got 43 levels, and the base health of it is at 27,000 after fully imprinting it. And the melee damage is at 494, which is pretty high. Now, I've already got 2 melee mutations on the ones that I'm breeding, and I'm going to carry on with the melee mutations before I move on to the health. But let's just get this guy up to, say, wow, 45,000. So get a little bit more stamina, because we don't want to be running out of stamina. And then I reckon 45k is more than enough, and then we'll just pump the rest into melee and see what sort of damage we can do. Now, I'm not overly worried about healing them up before we go out, because, well, we've got like 25k health already, so I'm not too worried about it. Now, the X-Megalodon's obviously going to take a lot reduced damage, but let's just see what we can do. So 343 on the eel ain't too bad. What are we doing to the Megalodon? 137. God, I hate the X creature sometimes. Now, what we have also gone ahead and done is we've opened up a couple more maps on the cluster. I believe we got the island map and the center map, which is getting added today. And the whole point of the island map is what we're going to be doing is going through the whole storyline of Ark from beginning to end. So before we do the final boss on here, I actually want to go through and do the bosses on the island, and then Scorched Earth, and then Aberration, then Extinction, then do the boss on here. But we can actually take on the Moeda boss, which is what I actually really want to do, because it unlocks the tech generator and I do believe the tech trough. So what we're going to probably do is, after having a little roam around on this guy now, I'm going to wait for him to heal up and then take him over to do the Moeda fight with a couple of the other lads. And because it's been about a week since I last done any recording, let's just kill this guy, get some more oil. By the way, reading the Basilos, I've got like over 20,000 oil, which is just insane. What was I saying? Yes, in between the last cut and this cut, I actually went off and also tamed a 180 Mosa. Now, I did get some recording done, so if we just throw in a couple of clips of me doing that. Yeah, so when we come up to Mosa, the whole point that I've not done a full-on episode and full recording of it is because it was very late at night. I was feeling rough, wasn't in the mood for really speaking, but I didn't want to go ahead and tame a 180 Mosa without actually getting some recording of it. So in between that cut and now, me and Sake actually went and bred up a bunch of Mosas, got them all imprinted, leveled them all, and we're actually going to be using them with the Basilos. Right, I think there's going to be me, Sake and Mac doing the Moeda fight. We're going to have a bunch of Mosas for doing the main damage to the boss, and then we're going to be on the Basilos, just basically because the Basilos don't take the electrical damage from the, whatchamacallits, the ill things, the ill minions. Yeah, so we're definitely just going to be doing that and staying on the Basilos for during the fight. Hopefully we'll get some decent gear, but I'm not holding out hopes for it. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this guy heal up, meet up with them two, and then hopefully do like a speedy up bit, because I know that it's very late and I doubt if any of them lot want to be jumping into recording with me. So yeah, hopefully I'll catch you after the fight. Alright guys, so not long after that fight, it went pretty well. We actually done the gamma and the beta versions of it, so if we look into this guy, we got the gamma, and I do believe, what have I done with the Moeda one, the beta? What have I done with it? Trophies? Yeah, I put it in here for some reason. So if we take that out and we've got the beta one, and what we can actually do is whack them trophies. What did I just put into there? I just put a syringe kit. Yeah, let's take that out and let's throw that in there. Can we make some of the trophy bases? Is that something we can do? Yeah, trophy wall mount. Is there an us plus? No, an S plus version of it. Alright, let's quickly check. I don't see what they would do different if there was, but S plus. Where would the trophy wall mount even be? Why am I doing that when I could just do this? Have I gone past it? Is that something I can do? Okay, so there is just a standard one. So yeah, let's just do that. if you're wondering why how comes my body's invisible and my hair is cut, I'll explain that in one moment. The invisibility is due to the scuba tank. It's a reusable scuba tank. Obviously, it still takes your ability if you get hit, but just means that we don't have to keep on crafting hundreds of scuba tanks for no reason. And I've cut my hair because I want to get because we've got access to the island map now, we can tame the snails, which is the whole point. I've got the sheep with the sheep herder because we need wool, and I want to make the S+ animal tender, which takes the cementing paste, well, not the cementing paste, but the organic poly that the snails create, and it actually takes it out of its inventory. Then we've got the S+ collector, which is, I do believe, underneath the stairs in here. And then this thing actually collects the cementing paste or acatina paste, should I say. We're getting a bunch of eggs. The Tech Rex eggs, we haven't even got the Tech Rexes here anymore. But yeah. So yeah, that will pick up the paste, and that way we'll have poly and paste for creating numerous different things, mainly the sort of S+ glass structures that I want to create. Obviously we still need to do crystal runs, but if you want to get crystal easily, Megatherium in the North Lunar biome, the little bushes that have like crystallized bottoms to them, you get tons of crystal over there. And also, if you're wondering how I got the sap for the sweet vegetable cakes in order to tame the ovis, and what I'm going to be using to tame the snails, in the caves on the lunar biome there's these little sort of orangey brown bushes everywhere. If you go harvest them, you get absolutely tons of sap. So it's a good and quick, easy way. Now the whole point I've put this platform over here is this is where I want our tech replicator to be. So we are actually going to have to build on this, but I'm going to do that in between this episode and the next. But right now what I want to do, sorry about that little cut. Now what I want to go ahead and do is actually craft the S+ tech generator. I have no idea if I've got enough resources for it. I think I may just about have, but we're going to find out. Worst comes to worst, we can craft them, because I've been going over to the volcanic area. If you don't want to risk going into the volcanic area to get the element shards, then where's my element? There we go. Then you can actually, there's a little section just outside in the cave entrance where there's quite a few red gems that you can harvest in order to get the shards. And obviously we can make the element using the shards in the S+ tech replicator. I'm not too sure if that is actually a thing for vanilla one. Oh sweet, I have actually just about got enough, but we are going to have to do that because we need to turn it on. So let's pull one more bit. Happy days. Craft our S+ tech generator, and then we're also going to want to, you know what, can we let's go pull for one. Sweet, okay. So if we go element shards, so we've got like 7200, and then we can go craft all 72. So that way you have elements to actually run our S+ tech generator. And that way, and the whole reason I wanted to get the S+ tech generator mainly is it powers all of the S+ stuff, like the farmer and the tender and the sheep farmer and the item collector. It powers all of it basically, which is going to make our life a hell of a lot easier. Plus it powers all of the vanilla electrical items, which is extremely handy is the word I'm looking for. And I've got hair on me as well, because the animal tender from S+ also uses hair, wool, and I do believe it's clay from Scorched Earth, but with the S+ grinder we can make clay using the cactus sap, I want to say. Yeah, we can make that. It takes 100. I'm fairly sure that Helena, where are you? I'm fairly sure Helena sells it as well. Yeah, so 50 for 45. So yeah, you know what, just save us the hassle of transferring normal sap into that, and then we can throw this guy into here just so I know that I've got that at hand. And I actually crafted 2 trophies without doing anything with them. I crafted 1. I wanted to craft 2 is what I wanted to say. So let's quickly craft another one. Happy days, and then we'll get our 2 trophies. Where are you? Got the beta and the gamma. And then we can put that on in front of our restaurant. Do you reckon either side of the main window? I reckon that will look fairly decent. So do that. No. Come on, guy. Thank you. I got for reusable grapples? Where are you? God, I need to clear my inventory, don't I? Put you onto there. Say one. Can we do that? Nice. I want to make sure that it's level. So, what bit was it level with? It was just a little raised bit there. So, come on. I don't know why I'm doing this. Doesn't really matter. Now that looks fairly even to me. And then let's do gamma. And beta. Where are you? Up there. Boom. See how that looks. Don't look too bad actually. I actually do prefer the colour of the gamma one. The beta one looks very greenish, which I'm not a great fan of. Plus that one's a lot further over on this side than that one. I'm going to line them up in a bit. But what we can do now is replace this gen. So let's take all of our gasoline out. And then let's pick you up. Alright, what a massive pain that was to do. Ended up having to pick up my bookcase just in order to put it down how I wanted it. And that's provided that these stairs actually go back on how I actually want it to. So let's do... Come on. There we go. There we go. As long as it doesn't interfere with me going up and down there. And that way we can access it. So let's just say whack. Because we don't want our fridges and everything to be off for all that long. Let's say put 10 in there for now. Happy days. And then we want to show the range. Wow, the S Plus version has an absolute massive range. So yep, happy days on that. Let's hide range, shall we? The good thing about the S Plus one doesn't have all them stupid little particles everywhere you go. It's just a nice little animation inside though. And then that way all of our stuff should now be on. Happy. And that's happy. And it does mean that we don't need any more fuels or different fuels for all of these things. There we go. And that's still powered. Which means we can put our meat back into here. Happy days, we've got all of this gasoline to use for our drill. I'm going to have to sort out my inventory so badly because it's driving me insane. And that means that this thing should now be powered. Happy. It's going to pick up loads of poo. Or not. Unless it's already being picked up by this guy. Okay, that one's powered, this one's now powered, and that one's getting a bunch more crops for us. So we don't need to fill this one up with beer anymore. Oh my god, it's going to make my life so much more simpler. We have got the domesticate beehive, not too sure if we showed this, but rare flowers, easy to get with the Ferrozino, and Steak actually went ahead and tamed one of the giant turtle things, and that thing produces rare flowers like insane amounts, just ridiculous amounts. But rather than me drag this video on for any longer than it absolutely has to be, because I don't know how much footage I'm going to be showing from all the different activities. What is this bag here for? Oh, Steak must have came and picked this RG up. I was wondering what that noise was when I was inside there. Yeah, in between this episode and the next one, I'm going to build up this platform for our S Plus Tech Replicator. And I also want to build probably the Tech Trough. Let me see what engrams I've actually got. Because we've done the Gamma and Beta versions. And have I gone past them? Okay. So we've got the Replicator, the Trough, the Generator, and we've got the Helmet, Gauntlets, and Boots. We have also enabled the Tech Armor to have its abilities. Because I know on official it's disabled for whatever reason. I don't know. Reasons. Go figure. Wildcard. We have already got a helmet and gauntlets, so we just need the boots. The boots is probably the main thing that I actually want, and that's just so we don't take full damage anymore. Although I don't tend to take a lot of full damage all that much, but yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully it's not been too over the place. I'm not too sure where we left things off when I was recording a week ago. I know that I've not done any recording that's Minecraft or Ark whatsoever for the past week. Hopefully you forgive me for no uploads for the week as well. And hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Oh, that's the wrong way, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, it doesn't look as good without my beard. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.